Hey, it's Darius, and congratulations to I-75ers who let me know that they passed the CPA exam in early November. You see these green check marks? That means they're done. That's it. No more CPA review for them. But what about you? If your CPA exam journey is a little bumpy, get yourself on the right road. Get on I-75 with me, Darius Clark, because the right teacher makes all the difference. You go to i75cpareview.com and I'll save a spot for you on the next list. I can't think of anything more important on the REG and TCP exam than basis. So in this video, we're going to look at stock basis versus debt basis of an S Corp shareholder. And when does that come into play? When determining how much pass-through loss is deductible by the shareholder, or whether a distribution to a shareholder is taxable or not. Let's look at example 1. Taxpayer Ann is a 25% shareholder in an S Corp. Her distributive share of loss for year 21 is $20,000. Her basis in the S Corp stock is $13,000, not including a loan that she made to the S Corp in year 17 for $5,000. And they want to know how much loss is deductible by Ann in year 21 on Form 1040. And the answer is $18,000 is deductible in year 21 by Ann. The other $2,000 carries over to year 22. Remember, her distributive share of the loss is $20,000. Why can she only deduct $18,000 this year? Because her stock basis is $13,000, they tell us, and then her debt basis or loan basis is $5,000. So her total tax basis equals $18,000. Loans made to the S Corp by the shareholder, they will increase tax basis for purposes of deducting a pass-through loss. And that's good news for the S Corp shareholder. It means that if you loan money to the S Corp and then there's a big loss in the business, that loan that you made will allow you to deduct more loss. So of the $20,000 loss, $18,000 is deductible in year 21. The remaining $2,000 will be suspended and carried forward to subsequent years. In order for Ann to deduct the remaining $2,000 in subsequent years, there would have to be additional basis in those years, like a contribution of capital or some income being passed through to her. But this question asked how much loss is deductible by Ann in year 21 of the $20,000 loss. That was her distributive share, and the answer is only $18,000. All right, example 2 now, similar facts. Taxpayer Ann is a 25% shareholder in an S Corp. Her distributive share of loss for year 21 is $20,000. Her basis in the S Corp stock, $13,000, not including a loan that she made to the S Corp in year 17 for $5,000. So all that's the same. Here's what's new. Assume that early in year 22, Ann gets paid back $4,000 of the $5,000 loan that she previously made to the S Corp. In question 1, they asked how much loss is deductible by Ann in year 21 on Form 1040, and we said $18,000, the $13,000 stock basis plus the $5,000 of debt basis. In this question, we want to know how much of that $4,000 loan repayment is taxable to Ann in year 22. Because here we are in the following year, year 22, and they're giving her back $4,000 of the $5,000 loan. And they're asking us how much of that loan repayment is now taxable to Ann. And the answer is all $4,000 of it's taxable. Why? Because Ann used all the basis from that loan in year 21 to take that $18,000 loss. Therefore, she has no loan basis remaining. So all $4,000 repaid to her is taxable as a capital gain in year 22. The proceeds of the $4,000 loan repayment minus her debt basis of $0 equals a $4,000 capital gain for Ann. None of the $2,000 carry forward loss from last year to this year can offset the capital gain in year 22 because there's no additional basis being provided by Ann. She's not contributing any cash to the S Corp or any other assets, nor is there any S Corp income being allocated to her in year 22. And the question asked, how much of the $4,000 loan repayment is taxable to Ann in year 22? And the answer is $4,000. Example number 3 now. Harris, an S Corp from inception, incurred losses totaling $60,000 in year 22. Its sole shareholder, Brett, had a stock basis of $40,000 and debt with a basis of $15,000 from a shareholder loan. How much of the $60,000 loss is allowable to Brett as a tax deduction in year 22? And the answer is $55,000. The stock basis of $40,000, that gets applied first. Then the debt basis of $15,000 equals total tax basis of $55,000 for purposes of deducting the pass-through loss. The other $5,000, that's going to carry over to year 23 or when there's basis available to absorb it. Note how the loan basis, the debt basis of $15,000, is used to pass through a loss and allow for that loss to be deducted. And that's good news for the shareholder because without allowing that debt basis to be available for this pass-through loss, then the maximum loss deduction would have only been $40,000 instead of $55,000. And the question asked how much of the $60,000 loss is available to Brett as a tax deduction, and the answer is $55,000. All right, example number 4 now is based on somewhat similar facts. We got Harris Corp and S Corp since inception made shareholder distributions in year 22 totaling $60,000. So not an S Corp loss of $60,000 this time, but shareholder distributions of $60,000. And its sole shareholder had stock basis of $40,000 and debt with a basis of $15,000 from a shareholder loan. And this time they want to know how much of the $60,000 distribution is taxable to the shareholder as a capital gain in year 22. And the answer is $20,000. You got a $60,000 cash distribution minus only the stock basis of $40,000. That's going to equal the $20,000 capital gain to the shareholder. What about the debt basis of $15,000? Well, debt basis was used to pass through a loss and allow for the loss to be deducted, but debt basis does not have a direct impact on a cash distribution. Therefore, we're going to ignore the debt basis when there's a distribution and when the exam asks how much is taxable. Note that the stock basis is now 0, but the debt basis is still $15,000 should there be a pass-through loss. So remember, when it comes to stock basis versus debt basis, if they ask how much loss is deductible by the shareholder, you include the debt basis. But if they ask how much of a distribution is taxable to the shareholder, then you do not include the debt basis. All right, let's try this. RAC Corp and S Corp since inception made shareholder distributions in year 22 totaling $30,000. Its sole shareholder, K, had a stock basis of $20,000 and debt with a basis of $9,000 from a shareholder loan. How much capital gain for shareholder K in year 22 on Form 1040? And the answer is C, $10,000. Distribution of $30,000 less stock basis of $20,000 equals capital gain of $10,000. Debt basis does not have a direct impact, we said, on a cash distribution. Therefore, we ignored the $9,000 debt basis. When there's a distribution and the exam asks how much is taxable, it's only the stock basis that we care about, not the debt basis. Note that the stock basis is now 0, but the debt basis is still $9,000 should there be a pass-through loss. All right, let's try this. Bar Corp, an S from inception, incurred losses totaling $40,000 in year 25. Its sole shareholder, Leslie, had a stock basis of $30,000 and debt with a basis of $15,000 from a shareholder loan? How much loss is deductible by Leslie in year 25? And if you think you know, leave me the answer in the comments or community section. And if you found this I-75 video on basis helpful and you want to see the end of it and more videos like it, go to i75cpareview.com and get yourself on the right road to passing REG and TCP. Get on I-75 with me, Darius Clark, because the right teacher makes all the difference. I'll leave a link in the description.